Who don't know if him business and attack it on the internet. Oh, that's
No,
what that's.
I know what he brought them to court is saying to the IC, hey, Mr. Stephen, you
No,
brought.
no, 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 no,
I
no, no,
went.
no, no.
All right,
No,
this
no,
is
no, no, no. The
no. You don't hear what I
28th.
said. I said no.
The 28th. Something where him something there is where I'm saying it says private. It's a
Okay,
private person. Yes, the 28th. One out of the 28th.
28 what?
Still say that.
Okay,
We call it but in affidavit, 28 points when bring forth. Say it's a private person and them should not investigate this and
okay.
them should not go in at this and them should not go in at that. But
Yeah, all right.
then again,
I
it
like
leaves
my
me to
tenant. I
wonder now.
when
Well,
my
man, it leaves me to wonder now, how come you have all of this information, but the IC can't get this information?
which information?
Same information you tell me.
Yeah, this is I'm reading what I see report. I'm saying I'm drawing the conclusion from what I see in the IC report.
So you draw your conclusion. So what about the
Exactly.
IC conclusion? Can you read the IC
Ah,
conclusion?
so okay. So what IC concluded was that hey, I see that you got an account that you didn't declare with your parents and another work of yours. And I think that you deceived us and didn't declare that. So I'm going to send this to the prosecutor to charge you. The prosecutor said to him, to Mr.
Okay.
Stevens,
All right.
this is
Well on
nonsense.
then.
This
No,
is
no, no.
nonsense. I
That is
cannot charge a man
that.
for this.
All right. Well,
So
we
I'm saying to
passed
you
that
now.
now.
All right, may
So
I ask
what
you a
about
question?
the 28 accounts now? What about
Okay, you
if
cannot
it
jump. We finish one point and then
no,
we can
but you're repeating that. That is just 4 accounts. The report is 179 page long, and you are just reiterating on that specific one. Let's talk about even insider trading. Didn't you read the part of when the IC suspects the Prime Minister of doing insider trading? You don't read a part there. Did you read the part where
No. You
the
can't ask me
Prime
for this and
Minister?
then answer. You're not give me a chance to answer.
No, but it's there. So it's not
Okay, all
about
right.
answer. It's there. So I don't need you to tell me if it's there or not. Me see it with my 2 eyes.
Oh, it's a rhetorical question. All right, go.
Yeah, it's not a rhetorical question. I'm basically stating the facts. I am not asking you the question for you to come twist the narrative or come say this and for me and you back and forth. You can go and read it yourself. You understand what I say? How is it possibly that the same year that when SSL report was sent to the Minister of Finance is the same year that Andrew Wellness withdraw all of his money from SSL? That is what we call insider trading, because he's privy to the information before anybody. And the worst thing about it is that the Prime Minister knew that SSL was in problem and he sit back and let it crash
Okay.
with over 200 accounts being affected except his account.
Okay. And he was the only one who pulled their money out. Did he tell anybody else to pull their money out before?
Well, I am just talking about the Prime Minister, so I'm going to repeat what I just said.
All right. And did they charge him for
2019,
that? Did they charge him for that?
listen, 2019, the Prime Minister removed his money from the SSL. That is the same year that the SSL report was sent to the Minister of Finance.
So that's a crime, right? Insider trading is a crime.
I totally believe so.
Okay.
And the whole fact of the matter is that now, whether
so
or not
Stephen
you
didn't
want to
charge
look
him.
on it, either way, right? This is not moral conduct for a prime minister to be operating in a country wherein
Okay, so
you
the criminals.
see that financial things are happening to people, money, and instead of you try to do something to deal with that situation, you only protect yourself and left the people out in the wilderness to feel the pain of that. That is not how a leader should operate. That is not a true leader. I don't think that this man deserves another term because he's only putting himself over the people. More than understand if he withdraw the money and try to save it, right?
How
Or
long did
try
he
to
left his
save
money
the
with
people.
Barry?
Well on, big man. Understand if him try to withdraw the money and try to now it act like say he never know say SSL did a crash. Something wrong with removing the money when it get percent certain upon that.
When he had an investment with Barita, how long did he invest with Barita?
Now, how we got that loan? That is what we would have called fraud.
Yeah, all right. He got a fraud in it. But how long did he invest with them?
Well, and it doesn't really matter. We are talking about how he get the loan with Barita, right? That is called fraud. So,
okay. But he has a track record of not keeping his money.
Listen. Hello, Brethren. It's called fraud because there's no way you can stipulate that you own this property or this company own this property and you are using this company as a surety to secure the loan, but this company did not own the property. That is what we call fraud. You understand what I say? So the Prime Minister actually committed fraud to borrow money from Barita. And the next thing is that we need to find out if Barita has a license to lend money, give loans. We need to so we have to understand the role is a company.
All right, exactly. So all this speculation, what we are saying, right? Mr. Stevenson, who has power to investigate, right? And then if he's finding showing that he can prosecute someone, he send it to the director of prosecutor and charge the person. So we are saying, why you speculating, me speculating? We don't know nothing about business like that. These people got resources and they couldn't charge him. So what kind of conclusion you can draw from that?
I can speculate him because the Prime Minister has speculated a person in Parliament which was not criminally charged, and that person had to resign, right? And wait on the fate of his judgment before he could have re-entered politics. So I have the right to speculate because I've seen the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, did that before. And if you want, I can play that audio for you where he said he will not sit in Parliament with that person with an alleged corruption charge, criminal charge hanging over his head. So we can speculate.
Yeah, but it holds no weight. Speculation
it holds weight. And let me tell you why it holds weight now. Yes, if you as an individual come out and speak strongly against something, you understand, and then when it happens to you now, you want to defend it, that shows that you don't have no moral and you're only a pretender. Because you can come out and lick out and say, yo, anybody where involved, we're alleging a corruption, and for come out of Parliament and this and that and right there. But when time me alleging a corruption, me want to sit down in a Parliament. That is called double standard.
But they say,
people like you are not credible.
Yeah, probably, but they say politics is
a nasty game. We are telling you the facts. You are not credible.
Oh, who's not credible?
Andrew Holness is not credible.
Okay, but politics is a messy game, right? And it's,
and that is the problem.
It's not for the faint of heart.
It backfire for him. That is the only thing for him. And it's my fault that I feel fault mess up on him because he was the one who speak like that. No, it reach back on him. And I look on politics now. I look on it as a payback. So what we do out. Them have a sense of what goes around comes around. So what goes around with him comes back around with him.
Yeah.
So there's no way I'm gonna look on it now and say, oh, it's just politics and rain. No, I don't think so. I think that we should hold this man highly accountable for whatever he has done.
So you were holding him accountable when he was in opposition and making those pronouncements.
Well, it leads him to win.
So we can hold your party leader and he's in opposition.
You have to have
I
that because people don't. You come in with semantics right now. The opposition leader is not troubling taxpayers' money, and if he's using his money or party money, that not have nothing to do with me. What have to do with me is the prime minister who have control over the taxpayers' money. So he's the one where me I focus on until Mark Bolin hold the office and in control of taxpayers' money. I can't tell him what to do with fee money or how whatsoever. Fee money not relevant to me right now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You always mentioned Andrew when he was in opposition, what he did. So you
who for money relevant to me right now is Andrew Wellness. Yeah, and we still have unanswered questions as to where.
Yeah.
As to where in money from.
Where he make all this money from.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
perfect.
Andrew Owens has $3 million.
Okay. Well,
so Andrew Owens
nice.
has $3 million. $3 million US dollar.
Okay.
That's what his net worth is, according to the IC. Yeah.
Okay. So according to the IC.
So and you guys say that was rich, right?
Him jump from having
rags to riches.
Him jump from 40 odd. Well, let me check. How much is $3 million US dollars? That's about 450 million. So him jump from a network of about 40 odd million dollars in 2019 to 450 million Jamaican dollars. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive.
Impressive.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Nancy, what you have to say about that?
Well, I think that figure is incorrect, actually, because it is reported that his son purchased 21 lots at the land of Motor Ferry worth $120 million each. You talk about $2.9 billion Jamaican. You understand? His son about 21 or something like that.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, never worked a day in his life. So where did the son acquire $2.8 billion for buy all these lots?
Hold on. How much you say for one lot?
$120 million for one of the lot them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his son owned 21. No, I don't know if Baskin is aware of that.
Okay. If that's the case, now he has a mother and he has auntie.
Mother what, man? Which auntie? Which rich auntie him have? The one where house there upon foreclosure in estates?
No, the one where have the property when him. All right,
I said one man I house there upon foreclosure in Miami. So she can't reach.
Okay, so she's not rich. So all right, so where I say we are talking about we can go by facts because but we are go by facts. We are go by the IC report, right?
No, but
we are go by what the IC report.
But the IC
so the IC
report.
No good. All right, so you said the IC not credible.
Yeah. So I'm saying, I am saying.
Are you saying the IC is not credible?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the figure is low. The IC, you must remember the investigation.
So we cannot go by the IC
remember
report.
Asking. Yes, we can, 100%. But what you must remember is the investigation is incomplete. And there are other things that came to light subsequent to the report.
So they are incompetent, you're saying?
No, brother. I'm not saying any
3 years and you can't find.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I am saying the IC was being pressured by the Justice Minister and the Bagagoons on the side, and they had to come out and present something. So what they presented was a preliminary report, and they went in the report. They referred the thing for further investigation by the FID and by tax admin. So when you people are run with why them not charging, because it's not complete, it's incomplete. They don't have a full scope of what going on, and they said as much. They're being hampered, their investigations are being hampered by the lack of compliance by the man. And the man now took the IC to court, wanting them, and I asked the court to deem the clause that deals with illicit enrichment as unconstitutional when a theme justice minister is the man who champion the bill.
Okay, and the court said
And-
that's rubbish and throw that out.
Yes.
Okay, so move on.
To where? Where are we moving to?
No, so you can't report on that.
No, we
because-
can't. Nothing can be done until the court rules final.
Okay, okay.
That's not going to happen until I must say October. Them say. So where
So
are
it's
we
not under
moving on to?
investigation. So it's a wrong argument to say that IC.
No, the
is
investigation has been
investigating it.
stalled.
Okay, so
We
there's
have
We
no
have nothing to
investigation.
hide. It's supposed to open it.
Once the man, I don't know if you understand how cases work. Once it's before the court, then the IC cannot proceed.
Okay, then that's what I'm saying. So there's no
Yes,
investigation.
so go and argue with your prime minister who threw a wrench in the system.
Yeah, but he could throw two wrenches, right? He could shut down the IC because he has more power than the IC, right?
No, he can't shut down the IC.
Why not?
He cannot shut down the IC. It is now entrenched. It's a constitutional authority. He cannot
Yeah,
shut it down.
but they need money, right?
The only thing he
who
can
finance
do,
them?
no, him have to fund it. The only thing he
No,
can
no,
do,
after funny.
yes, the only thing.
And they
You
got
don't
power in the
understand what the
parliament?
constitution mean then, my lad.
I mean, I don't understand.
But if it is
That's what-
constitutional, how is he gonna not fund it?
Huh?
Only thing him can do
Because
is,
they got to vote. They got to vote on the fund.
no, the
And
only
if they
thing.
got the majority in the house,
Listen, me as an
I'm saying he could have used his power too.
you run your mouth a little bit too much. Listen, man. The only thing the man can do is change the commissioners. That's the only thing him have.
Even that too.
But him have to fund them, and him cannot dismantle the IC. If he could, he would have, because the man knew what sing over him head.
No, that's what.
That's why he went as far as no, a class so important. You were championing the whole need for your anti-corruption stance, right? And you were championing the IC and all of these things, and then suddenly you want this all important class to be deemed unconstitutional. How you square that? You basking, how you square such a thing, a stance? You were the champion,
Madam, I shut off the microphone and so you can't.
and you were,
I'm not giving a
you
chance
were
to talk.
warning the opposition and all politicians not to interfere with the IC. They must be allowed to carry out their functions without fear or favor. And blah, 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 blah. And no,
Aye, when they look over the green fence, we feel the IC got infiltrated by some PNP operatives.
oh, no, you're
So,
trying.
how does it feel if we change them out? All right, so how you feel like, all right, say we change them out and put PL labor right tonight, and then Moses come in. You know what will happen to Moses? Him IC report now gonna be able to
See,
be,
your argument is flawed now. You're
Aye, so-
saying
yeah.
you know how the commissioners were installed.
Yeah, how do they get the position?
Oh, okay. So on the ruling side, put up some names,
Yeah.
right, and said these people look like honorable people that we would like to form, to head up the commission.
Yeah.
And present the name to the opposition, and the opposition look over them and say, yeah, man, we agree.
And who has the final say? Who has the final say?
The ruling side. So
Ruling side.
So basking, basically, at the party in a power select the people them. What they
Exactly.
know.
Yeah, that we are say. So we are say we can and you
so-
abuse that power.
So listen. So
But the
if
IC
you are-
abuse their power.
So you're going to call them
listen.
PNP now and JLP and all of them crap.
Exactly. That don't make no sense.
What?
How are you going to
That makes
label
sense.
them now as PNP and JLP when at the ruling party put them up with the blessings of the opposition?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Like I say, some of them, couple of them
them.
people that give the opposition hell to.
Yeah,
When
but
the
that we are say.
Yeah, some of them same people that never ease up on the opposition when they were in power, and the opposition look on them and still say, yes, man, them people do them work.
Yeah, they never.
Them
Yeah,
not
I
take
guess
nothing personal. Them realize
yeah,
that
that we are
people
say.
never do them
We
work.
on the fence, yeah. We on the green fence. Say the party never vet Stevenson properly. Right?
Who never vet him?
The green fence
young
never vet
man.
him properly.
That
Young
come
man.
like nonsense, yes, you know.
All right,
Young
so
man.
all right, so no, that's what we are saying.
No, young man. Young man. What? Yes.
What
What
the
you're
digital
saying
part?
to the Jamaican, what you're saying to the Jamaican people that you go and weaponize the ICE, the Integrity Commission, if you don't get a chance to do it. That when the PNP come in power to abuse the power of that office, it won't work. Greg Christie is the one that used to be the thorn in the PNP. And when Andrew Holness recommend Greg Christie to be on the Integrity Commission, the PNP say yes. Go and do your research. The PNP never say no. This man is a labor right.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying because I said because I see, right? Abuse their power. I'm saying,
no, the IC
bro,
did
God.
Not. No,
yeah,
the IC
all right.
did not. Here, the IC did not. The IC carry out a duty.
All right, let me finish the point.
The Prime Minister is corrupt.
You hear me,
all right,
Dr. Cole.
Let me finish the point, huh? And then you counter it. I'm saying the IC on the green side. This is how we see it on the green side. This is how I interpret the green side is saying it because I can't speak for the party, right? So when we look at it, the IC is abusing its power because if you investigate, right, and you got no power, you cannot send the report to somebody else to do your report. No, you don't got that power. So for you to hold up this thing and do not, your remit is to only investigate corruption within your limited bound. And now you're stepping out of it and calling some other people with other powers to do other investigation, the tax office and the FID. You got no power to do that, right? So we.
Yes, the IC have power.
Well on.
Yes.
Wait. They don't want to spread them kind of false information upon the life, please and thanks. The IC and the FID has a memorandum of understanding. You understand? Plus, they can refer the matter to the tax office also. So it's not about just investigating and you cannot dig deep into something, right? That is the reason why it's a coalition. So for example now, if the Prime Minister commit and terrible act that he should be arrested, what? The IC must just table a report in a parliament and we must just say, okay, yeah, the Prime Minister do that and move on with their life. No. What the IC would do is refer it to the MOCA.
Exactly, Kashan.
Carry out the arrest.
Yes.
If it's a case where it's FID, listen to what me I say. If it's a case where it's the FID where they need for comb through based upon the IC findings, we need to go down deep now with a magnifying glass and see how straight, how far, how wide is this man in financial crimes. For the IC to recommend you to the FID, that is clearly an indication that they see something, but they want to know everything where you're involved in. So it's not a case that, oh, we see something, I would just charge you right now. I want to check and say, I wonder if him do this, I wonder if him do this, I wonder if him money, you know, you need to check. Based on what you find already, you have to go deeper now to check how deep this is. That is not abusing power. That is called good investigation. You understand what I say? So, based on what you find, you have to do a proper investigation.
Yes, so you close out your portion and then you say, okay, this is MOCA's territory.
No. Listen, let me repeat that again because your ears now work good. I feel like saying your eye had a problem with your ears. Whatever these people find, they need a detail, right? A detail. And also, not only a detail, the FID is the only financial organization in Jamaica can carry out an arrest on financial crime. So from you refer the argument to FID, that simply means there is information there to arrest the Prime Minister or to charge him. What are the other you understand?
If anything, caution and
That's what you're doing. Yeah, so what you're saying, all right, why, all right, when they say they should charge one of the MPs because he breached the KSS, the building code violation, KSMAC, what they say to him? They told him, hey, this case,
Hold on.
KC,
Where you talk about?
KSMAC matter.
Where you talk about?
When they had sent the report to the prosecutor, director of prosecutor, and the case
Hold
when
on,
he
Pat.
showed
Listen. What you talk about?
when Mr. Stevenson overstepped his bound and said, hey, there's some violation at the KMSC, right? What did the prosecutor say? That's not within our bound. You got to leave it to the KMSC. Let them call police.
Listen. Basking.
Yes, similar brother.
I gotta ask you again. When that report was sent to Parliament, it was referred to KSMAC to go and check. Stop the bullshit from my program, youth. Stop the bullshit. Cut the bullshit.
What are you talking about?
Exactly what you talking about.
What you are talking about? The prosecutor told Mr. Stevenson that anything has to do with the KMSC is not within their remit. And that's why when he went down again.
Listen again. Well, on there, Dancy. You hear nothing at all like what this man say. Oh, them people always just hear things when nobody else hear.
Come like over and then them get them something there. Come in there.
Sir.
None of Dr. Cole are aware of that. First, me hear this when I come with that.
First, I hear that information there.
I want if you could find us the source of information. Find us the source of information.
When Mr. Stevenson...
Find us to the source of information. Where do you get that information from? Because as bad to bad, I first liberate me here at this.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it first.
When
they went down to the when they say Andrew was building that building the 2 turned into 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what did he say? He say, yes, there's a violation, but the reason why we can't send it to the public, the prosecutor, right, was because there was a previous case that the prosecutor told us that anything got to do with the KSMAC, it's not within our remit.
Young man. Is either, hold on, is either
when he was trying to do,
you are, hold on, no, it's either you're playing a dumb of yourself or you're a liar. One out of the two. The Integrity Commission send the KSMC to do a further referral, to do a further investigation because there was a breach. And the KSMC go there and saw the breach.
yes, but he cannot refer it to his prosecutor. He has to send it to the KSMC.
It is a KSMC breach. And then saw the breach.
I guess the man not understand. That breach was not a criminal breach. So you have to send it to the relevant authorities who deal with that. You understand what I say? So that was we call up the breach.
Which is similar to FID. It's the same thing.
Listen,
FID has certain.
Listen, man. Stop trying to confuse my program. I'm going to take you out of the box respectfully because I really see what you try to do. And I really don't like when I see you try to do because you're trying to paint a narrative where I don't think we need that kind of narrative. You are beginning to seem like a person who is not in good standing with truth, and I really don't like that. I guess that you need to go back and investigate and come back. And I'm not going to share no platform with no misinformation because everything what you just said just a while is totally wrong. And I'm not going to tolerate that. Please and thanks. So have a good day, my general.
Yes, Caution. That man I tell you that I come up to this back to take your thing program to joke, brother. Long basket. Come and take it for your after, bro. That's what I'm coming for.
First, me I hear that when I come in, you know.
We just want to
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Caution say something, say a 21-year-old boy so much land and never work a day in life. Is that true?
Anyway, Kim, how y'all doing this afternoon?
Yes, engineer, well gone.
Man, this is
Hey, Dr. Cole. Dr. Cole.
How you do? How you do? How are you?
Yeah, man, cool, man. Dr. Cole. So,
What I would like to know now, listen.
no, Dr. Cole. I went on
This is not
Ralston
your
Hyman's
program.
program,
Listen,
and
this
he
is not your
confirmed,
program.
and he confirmed that 70% that.
All right. Well on there.
That's why I can't.
Hello. This is not your program, and I am not talking about Dr. Isle, whatever you're talking about. This is my program. When I go upon Dr. whatever program it wants to be,
In Ralston Hyman.
you talk about that. What I would like to ask now is that
Why you upset that he confirmed the 70% of inflation? Why you upset about that?
Yeah, well on there now. Take that brother out of the box now, please. Take him out of the box. If him not listen to me, I say take him out of the box. Me and you never have no Ralston Hyman's conversation. I don't even know who names so. So for you to come to me now with that the kind of topic there. Me have my topic when me I do pan there. You and Ralston Hyman's go sort out that. You understand what I say? Yeah, you and Ralston Hyman's go
So how
sort
much?
What you say? Me in the panic program, because I ask him.
Wendy?
Me caution. How much money for that look a package there?
or $5,000 add.
5,000 hard.
Yeah.
But that little bit on the basket where Andrew did carry 2015. Me not see no bird there.
No, we not have no bread there, son either.
One tea coconut powder. Me not see that neither.
Enough things are in it. What if I things are in?
That look maga.
And the backlash syrup now in the need that. Enough things in them, man.
Me the back last year in it.
Yeah. So, all right. So, did you all know that Jamaica was listed in the Forbes magazine in 15 or 14, somewhere up there, so, as 64th best place and the #1 place in the Caribbean island to do business with, underneath the Porsche administration. You know, no JP don't want to talk about that. You understand what I say? And I find that to be a very, very good achievement from the previous Prime Minister. And let us tell you now, from 2015, 16, when the Jamaica Labour Party took over, guess what happened now? We dropped. We fell. We fell dramatically. Yeah, we got a couple spaces backwards instead of forward on the list. So #1 would have been the best, and you know, number 100 and odd would have been the worst, and we went down into the 70s. So basically now, you see the economy where the Jamaica Labour Party has inherited was an economy that was set on track by the People's National Party, Dr. Peter Phillips and Portia Simpson Miller. And the evidence is there. You understand what I say? The evidence is there. Engineer. Not truth number where you are right now. I'm going to tell you this, man. I have my topic when me come out with a daytime. So you can't come up and come dictate which topic me to talk about. And I saw the program where. As furthermore, what you want to tell the people them is that calculating the percentage of cost of living You need to tell the people the all I want to use to calculate it. Because cabbage can raise 200%, but guess what? Something else that they will raise by 10% and I calculate the average. So when you make it sound like, say, okay, cost of living is 70% on average. But what about cabbage? Cabbage raise 70%? No. What about other items that people use? It raise 70%? No. So you will come with an average. We say, oh yeah, we add up all of these things and the average is 70%. But a lot of these things were on the list, people don't really use them. And I think that is the list that people need to come out with and speak about. So how much percentage cabbage raised by? How much percentage yam raised by? How much percentage potato raised by? Pepper, Irish, all of these things individually. And don't come tell me about no starfish. Because I every day people name starfish. But the main topic is, why didn't the Jamaica Labour Party tell Jamaica that? In 2015, Jamaica made Forbes magazine. Yes, me repeat it. Forbes magazine. They have set a high standard wherein we were listed as one of the best places for the business in the world and the best place in the Caribbean to do business. And compliments are who? Portia Simpson Miller. You understand? So whatever you have come over here now with, I type in a comment about Jan Ralston Ice conversation. That's not my conversation. That is definitely my conversation.
Kashan,
Yo.
like how you good afternoon to everybody. Like how you on 2015. In 2015, foreign direct investment in Jamaica was over 900 million US. To date, it is thus over 300 million US FDI.
But look on a comment
There
now.
is less investment coming into the country compared to 2015.
Look at this comment now. Look at this disingenuous comment now.
Cost of living goes up 70%. So
How do you calculate cost of living? They calculate it based on a lot of things, right? That's right, Bob.
But inflation go up 100%. Goods and service move with the raise of inflation.
Not only that, it's a percentage. So for example now, if you are doing a test, right? And I get 100% in a 5 tests, and you get like 10% in a 1 test. Will your average be 100% same here?
I couldn't be.
Your average are gonna drop, right?
Course,
That is
must
how
drop.
them calculate cost of living. when them calculate cost of living, them compare the prices of the food. And what we realize is that now, them don't compare certain prices. So for example now, the cabbage is not compared in the cost of living percentage because people are compare the imported food. Well, when I compare imported food, I guess probably rent. But let's say that the Jamaica Labour Party raised minimum wage by 140% and cost of living is at 70%. So that means you have 2 times spending power than 2015. Am I right? Right, Blair? Right? You not hear me?
Yeah, man, that is correct.
Yeah. You would have 2 times the spending power. Alright. These little items, where they right here, so. How much would it cost you in 2025? About 5 grand. Done.
Exactly.
About 5 grand. How much days? Them 2 items I can last for. Them items I can last for.
3 day tops.
3 days tops. So that means, you know, 10 grand, right? $10,000 this, right? That's all right. For the 3 day of them. Did you know that in the Prime Minister budget, the last one we do, say, Portia same similar. A lot of the things that were in his last basket is not in this one. Guess what the next thing now?
Caution when every time. Please let me say something.
I mean, what I
I heard the conversation between Dwight and Ralston Hyman. I heard all of it. Ralston agreed with him that since 2015, inflation is 70%. That's all he agreed with him on. Because Ralston was trying to, he was trying to ask Ralston, if the minimum wage went up by 140%, isn't the person in a better position? Ralston said not necessarily, because if you're already behind, and you get that, it still won't put you in a position to be able to afford the things. So the purchasing power, you're still behind in the purchasing power. It's not just a figure inflation that causes you. Huh?
But Pat, can I call you Pat, by the way?
No, I don't want to talk to you. I'm talking to Caution.
You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to talk to me. But
I don't want you to respond to me. I don't want you to respond to me because you're disingenuous. Ralston agreed with you only on the 70% increase.
He's misrepresenting
if you get 100% of $1, it's only $2. If you get 500% of $1, it's still $500. It's still not going to be able to buy certain things. So stop being disingenuous and talking about 70% and 140%. You're talking about 2 different things. You're talking about 2 different things. I
would like to have a respectful.
And Ralston said
I would like to have a respectful discussion.
To agree with you, and you said you would call him back to find out also something is calculated. Don't be so disingenuous. You're not.
He might misrepresent the thing.
Don't call Ralston name in your mouth. Don't call Ralston name in your mouth.
And you make a very excellent point that kind of, we never look at it that way. So, if it depends on what the value you started with, if you raise it by whatever percentage.
Yes, if you're already ahead of the curve and you get
Yeah.
increased, you're still ahead of the curve. But if you're
Exactly.
way down already and you can't buy sugar and flour, getting
Excellent point.
a few
Yeah.
dollars more is not gonna help you because the cost of the thing is still going up.
Yeah,
So
that
even though you
is-
get it at that point, tomorrow you still have to buy it at a higher price. So you're still behind the curve.
Yes, yes.
I don't like how he talks.
Yes.
And then he tries to push things on you. He was trying to do the same thing with
So he's
Ralston on
comparing
Friday. And Ralston said, call me back
141%
another
to
time.
70%. Yes, that is true.
I want to talk to him.
Thank you, Miss Pat. Thank
You're
you.
most welcome, sir. You're most welcome.
Yeah, man. Thanks very much for shedding
You
light
can take me down now.
because none of us heard the discussion. We, even come misrepresent what was actually said on the program. So, so comparing numbers, so you're comparing 70 with 140, and you're saying, oh, so things must be better. That is a false narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is completely false.
If you get 140% increase and the food price only go up by 70%, then the 15,000 should have been able to buy twice the amount of food where you need.
Yes, but what? Yeah, Uncle Baby, you know, if you couldn't afford the food, if the food was already out of your range already, it go up by 70 and your wages go up by 140. It don't necessarily mean say you're now in line or even caught up. You can
catch up your play done.
Yeah, you're still there behind actually.
Still there behind. Very good point from Pat.
Yeah, man, Pat
Yeah,
really shared out.
let me say something else. Let me say something else. You see, when people talk about percentages, 500% of a dollar is only $500. But 20% of $1 million.
200,000.
Okay. Do you understand the difference?
Oh yeah.
So if you get 20% of a big amount, you're ahead of the game. But when you get 500% of $10, that's just 5,000. You're going to say, oh, they got 500% increase. No. It's what you're starting with that is important. So to say you give somebody 100, 200%, you're still not putting the person in a better position. If the person is at a good position and you give them, suppose somebody working $1 million got 500%, they will get $500 million.
And it's not like there was zero inflation over the period either.
No.
Inflation was always going.
No.
So yeah.
So even though 70% sounds small and you get 140%, it doesn't mean a thing. Those are just numbers. You're not comparing apples and apples. And they got 300% of a high amount.
Yeah, because what they did, they raised the minimum wage before, and they realized that the spending power at that minimum wage was nothing at all. What it was, 13,500? And then they squared out to 15 now to say, well, and this and that. But them coming out with the narrative to say, we'll raise it by 140%. Right? But if you don't raise it at a substantial amount, you wouldn't have to go back and raise it up back again.
Which is what
clearly
Portion, 140%.
Would have to raise by 140.
But 140% only gave them $15,000. What you have to look at what $15,000 can purchase.
Yes, that is the spending power.
Yes.
So $15,000 cannot purchase our week food.
It cannot.
And a month now we are trying to tell the engineer the same thing.
And that is why some people argue that when they were getting less, they could buy more.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's because it's the spending power that you have with the money that you have in your hand.
Yeah. The money was more. Yeah. That is the point I'm always try to bring across, but I'm always try to use a percentage to brainwash people.
Yes. No.
Because you raise it by more money, you have more spending. That's a lie.
No. Percentage. A lot of people use percentages to make what they want either look good or look bad, depending on what side they're on. What you have to look at is the actual amount. Because 100%, 100% of one is just 100. So if you're already at the bottom, you should be getting, it's the people at the top who should be getting like 10%. The people at the bottom should be getting 100 and 200% increase.
Oh, yes.
And not only that, we have to take in consideration about a lot of the things that we put on the list if a lot of poor people actually buy these things.
That too, because they keep telling you, like the Ministry of Health is telling you how wonderful vegetables and fruits are for you and how many people has diabetes and da 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 da. Yes, because they cannot afford
People
to buy
cannot
good
afford
food.
those things.
Right? They can only buy the packaged things and the cheese tricks and whatever, which has no nutritional value.
Yes.
Vegetables are very expensive. And then they're going to tell you that when you're sick, it's your fault.
But what me want to know, right? And if me I go have a discussion about these things, I think that people like regular things. We need the prices for them because in a cost of living is a broad thing. There's a lot of things that we use where you might not use. And a lot of things that poor people use where rich people don't use. So when you broad it off for say cost of living, what do you put in cost of living? How do you calculate?
That is something that I've always complained about.
Yeah, what do you
because always complain about? They put the cheapest things in the bag.
Yes.
They put the cheapest things in there. And when you go to the supermarket, that's not your reality.
Yes, that's
times the amount.
Because look on cabbage. Simple as a cabbage. Back in 2015, 2014, a $20 a pound for cabbage.
Yes.
No, you can't get cabbage for $20 nowhere at all. Not even $50. So cabbage raised by over 400% or 300%.
That's the point. That's the point. So stop arguing with this guy about 70% inflation. 70% inflation on what? On what? What about inflation on cabbage and yam?
How much a pound of yam back then compared to now? These are the things that we actually buy. When you come with things like, you know, where him calculate saltfish, chicken. Chicken is a relative thing where people buy. But chicken go up by I think over 100%.
But you don't even have to go back so far enough. Just from last year to this year. From week to week, you go to the supermarket. The things are just going up, going up, going up.
Yeah.
So I just had to call you. You can't let me down now, and I'll listen. I keep on listening.
Yeah. At least come on.
Thank you, Miss Pat. Thank you, Miss Pat.
How can we truly have great change?
From time to time, you must come up and put your input.
Okay, I will.
As a Jamaican, hello? As a Jamaican that live abroad, looking back at my country, I honestly look at a prison. It doesn't feel like home to me. It's very scary to go back home when I think about it. How can we make great changes for our people? Like great changes. I'm tired of this framework that is current. You know what I mean? The founders of the JLP and the PNP are two slave masters. This is just a myth. This is just pure fact. And the framework they have in both organization or both party is to keep black man down.
Hold on, madam. You have a program named Abanta Zolo. However they say I forgot for that, yeah?
This is why we're not going no further.
Yeah, that's why we and you now go no further. So have a good day. Yeah, man.
It's a political program.
The simple fact of the matter is, I was going to say to him, so you have to start with leaders with vision.
No. Listen, man. You see anybody where you see coming in, you see anybody you see coming at box for start burn out the two political party them, a Labour right them.
Yeah, man, we know that, man. We know that.
Program. Papa Abanta Solo, type it in, follow him. He is the right person to have them discussion there with. Caution, I bat for the People's National Party, and I will not tolerate no negative comments at all towards my party from you. So sorry, you're there the wrong bus stop. You understand? Chadan.
Blessings.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just say for real, the person who burn out the two party are always Labour, right? You know why? them disappointed in themselves. So they want to make it look like say it told them I same thing. Because then disappointed in them party, understand? Because they never know say it thing it costs a living like get to fund them so far. They never know. But as me say, no. In the early 2000, before the labor right take over the government, early 2000, we used to go supermarket with the $1,200 and full 2 bag, you know. $1,200 and buy all the necessary things what we want. Everything what we want. And I know a long time from now, because 15 years or 20 years, I know a long time, a short moment of time that to make things go so far for you, where people them can't afford. People them can't afford, people them cannot afford. People them cannot afford. So any person who come on and feel like say, Labor do a good job, take it out of no mind because you know most say they not do a good job. They're not doing a good job. They are not. They have majority high population. This suffer majority high population, and while them just they enrich themselves over and over, blatantly in front of people them, cause they not hide and do it no more. First time they used to hide and take it in top, hide and they do it bare face now. Time for them come off now. Time for them they have to left now. Cause if they not left, time go come where a famine. And that's some student the carry go. Famine. And that's some liberate the carry go. So if the people them don't get rid of them, they really go suck his salt through wooden spoon. Remember, so them promise that. So we have to realize and try to do best to get them out.
All right. That is right. We'll have to start by cleaning house and electing a government that has the people's interests at heart and not their interests, not coming in to set up themselves and their families and friends. You understand? So, like Caution said, we're not going to tolerate nobody that going to come with them false equivalency at about 2 parties this year. And from the experience, when them
Nancy,
no.
me wonder if I two separate Jamaica there and PNP living in one part and Labour living in one part. You ever think about that then?
You think about it when we go upon
the
line.
But wait. Hold on. You ever wonder if them have like one special ID where they use when they go supermarket or buy and something? Why they must see different? Them not see the increase in the prices are. I wonder if them get a different pay from everybody else. If them pay probably more than everybody else, why cost of living not affect them? You ever wonder if something like that happen? Probably. True, we are PNP, we don't really know about it, so we in a dark. I just wonder.
Yeah, I wonder the same thing too, because if you see where them typing in the comment section, nobody now suffer, this, that, and the other thing. The hospital, them are the best, them come like 5-star resort, and all of this. I say, wait, I wish Jamaica them people arrest.
Hospital, man. St. Mary.
I wonder. Yeah, no.
One more thing. You see, if you have 2 or 3 people in high school, or if you live side high school, you know, problem still, you know.
Even if them can just walk across the road and go to school.
You can walk across the road and go to school, you're in a big problem.
That's not.
Because, may I tell you, say, the same money why you have to, a lot of people use and buy box food. I same thing you put them start use now. Then nobody not differentiate box food again. Cause the chicken are $400 a pound. You understand, the chicken gonna $400 a pound, so they can't afford for they sell picnic box food. Even if it's cheaper, one little bit cheaper. And because they put one little piece of meat in it. So me I tell you say it thing gone, it thing gone.
But I don't know, I can't say something. I don't know the people that my Jamaica handle this thing, brother. Because I tell you, say, when you go to a supermarket down there, it's like 100 Canadian dollars is like a butter against sun. I don't know how they manage down there and live there, you know, right during the year, 12 months.
Rough.
Year. I don't know how them do it.
You know MacGyver?
Yeah, about it.
That is skill like him for survive a yard.
Boy.
Wicked man. So more if you know how the labor right them nah see it if them blind.
Right now, if you're going to the supermarket, my brother, and mostly the people them who are buy and sell can shop with the trolley, you know. Where I want to go shop and my house try to get some wholesale thing. Yeah, but you man have to just go in and pick up something there and walk out. You know?
Yeah, one time supermarket a place where you go and push your trolley. Nowadays, either you use a little basket them or just take up in your hand.
You know, say all I try them park one place, nobody now use them.
Trust me. And then somebody come try to tell you about 70% or 140% like them dead people for food.
But
People
remember, you
know,
you know, some of them listen a story, you know. But you have to remember, say, suppose the thing when 100% funny people them already.
That sister part come find.
That means say 70% that 170% while the people them get 140.
Aye. Yeah. And then drive come
As me hear somebody say then they say use percentage will trick your brain. Cause the average Jamaican no really understand say the percentage are out of 100. It no matter how your percentage big out of what you have.
Why?
And then it's just simply sometimes your brain have a tendency to do some little things like you hear 70 and you hear 140. So right away,
big
140 sound more, so it must right. But when you do the critical analysis, you realize say, yo, I'm foolish.
Them I use the numbers for Jamaican people. Even when you look at the 3.5 unemployment rate, and then the foreign direct investment in 2015 was 900 million. Last year, 2024, at 300 million. So where is the investment to bring down the unemployment rate to 3.5? Which new industry open or expand?
So Mr. Blair, all of the building them where the GLP them say go up. I'm got 300 million US direct investment.
300 million US.
Oh yeah, I said to
direct foreign direct investment dropped by 3/4, by more than 60%. Yeah.
But when you talk to them, you know, the first thing they might tell you what, look how much building I go up.
Exactly.
I said to myself,
exactly.
When that exactly. Nothing, and I only got 300 million direct investment. So we're in a decline. We fell by 60%.
Everything a decline. The economy a decline. The investment dry up. And yet till you tell me say unemployment rate gone on at 3.5, and you can't tell me one new industry opening in Jamaica to facilitate
so
that
who is
amount
implying these people?
Gone so far.
And the sector that is the largest employer, you are doing everything for wreck it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Your friend them import everything to compete with the poor farmers then. So that means that unemployment is really, if the farmers them are having such hard competitions and stuff, it stands to reason that a lot of farmers they're on the unemployment list right now.
Of course, kind of for the farmers and what I want garbage again. Kind of make no sense.
That make no sense.
Because container what a producer come in. And you can't compete with them. Because when you sell your pound of Jamaican cabbage for $200, then your foreign cabbage sell for $100. How are you going to compete with that?
You cannot.
You can't compete with that. And then your family start to eat all the rice and flour. And then when they start to eat like rice and flour, non-communicable disease take them. And the African system no good.
Diabetes now going to take over the country, man.
Exactly.
Because the starch break down into sugar and store up in your body. Your liver can't process so much insulin in your body drop, so you develop diabetes.
Exactly.
And that have repercussions for health care, right?
And the people, the poorer class of people.
These people are completely clueless. In a tropical country like Jamaica, we shouldn't be having a problem where fresh fruit and vegetable is priced out of the reach of people.
Exactly.
Remember one time, every Sunday, say, I go have your side of vegetable with your rice and peas and something, man. Your lettuce and your tomato, your salad slice up and your cucumber and these things. You see what I say?
Exactly.
Go on again. That does more starch and starch.
And one of that, me hear like, then they show off, say they raise minimum wage. Me have to wonder if they really know what they do or what they say. I'm gonna have to work 3 fortnights.
It's always tied to the rate of inflation,
I'm gonna have to work 3 weeks straight for campaign 1 month rent, you know that?
So 3 weeks out of the month, pay your rent, and the 1 week for pay bills and buy food.
That's why people them always the behind at all time.
That is untenable.
Because you can't get one good, if you and your family, you can't get one good 3-bedroom house for under 45,000, Especially if you live in a one area which probably close to the town, So if a man goes to, if you and your man and your wife, they work minimum wage and they carry home that, by the time they pay them bills and send them to the gas school and everything, they don't have no money left,
As a matter of fact, before it gets.
After that, the money they have for food alone,
But this is a trend where you happen a lot of time. 2 weeks, the next, you start borrow.
Yeah, if you borrow.
2 weeks ahead of the pay. So by the time you get that the paycheck there, 2 weeks ahead gone back in our payments.
Probably person with the car like work, a taxi driver. You have to tell him no, alright, you have on 3-4 days where you're not going to pay him. And when you get paid, still have to give him back that money there.
You pre-spend the pay.
That means you don't have no disposable income left. So Sunday you can't find $2 for your picnic to go buy your ice cream. Or if you buy 2 beer you and your friend down the road.
Because you still have to put on a little bit to go to school Monday. So in a add-up for majority. In a add-up. $15,000. I know that. I don't understand. I don't understand about that. I don't understand about that. That's not nothing.
And when somebody say you pay a $15,000 a week, if you earn $15,000 a week, when your paycheck come out, you don't get 15,
But you still have to give them back some more time.
The statutory deductions have to come out still.
The 15. You might pay income tax, but you have to pay
statutory deductions have to come out.
NIS or NHT,
Yep.
they're gonna end up with 12.5 or 12.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
your salary what you dey get. You can't go to NHT get with that. And you pay NHT.
We have to ask for loan for buy out for what?
So they set up a poor man just to give them and can't get nothing in return. So
Cannot continue like that though. Can't continue like that.
Oh, you
Something
can't
I forgive.
continue.
Something I forgive, man.
You cannot continue.
The poor, the people are gonna get poorer, significantly poorer too, and the rich are gonna get significantly richer.
But you have a set of fellow Jamaicans who say the country's on the right path. You understand? But I think there are more of us than them still, so that is gives me hope.
Exactly. Because in order for the country to grow, the country have to grow. If the country not growing and productivity not go up, then the country cannot develop. You cannot borrow and tax the people and say the country will grow.
Can I say something? I'm not saying that hey, lessons. I'm not saying that everything is all 100%, you know. But I'm saying at least things looks good in some areas, right? Like you are also only talking about, you're thinking about only one person in the home making an earning, right? What if each person is making an income, and also not all Jamaicans pay rent, right? So all of those things, I'm not saying there are not persons struggling, you know. I think when JLP members are speaking, I don't think we're saying everybody is seeing everything all good. What we're thinking is the country is on a good upward trajectory.
Andre, the only way the country can on an upward trajectory is by way of the country growing in excess of 5%. The measly 1% or 0.1%, that cannot change the needle. You cannot say the country is on an upward trajectory, and you cannot put the numbers to say the country has grown 5% last year. The country is growing 6% now. You cannot just use word loosely like that without putting the facts and the numbers on the table.
Yeah, but for us to grow.
Hold on, Andre. The other thing you speak of again. One of the things we're afraid to acknowledge is that you see Jamaica is always a female-run household. So most of the time it's only the mother alone in the house that earn something.
Yeah, and in that sense, that's when the party program would have assisted, right? But we need to change that culture, right? We cannot accept that the females are the only persons working, right? So we need to speak about those things and don't normalize it, right? You know what I mean?
Andre, when you come in on the live, you see one PNP banner, don't you?
PNP banner?
Yeah. Yeah, man, the PNP school something. You see the PNP something, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see, if you look for solutions to change like the whole Jamaica, you have to find a life for that. Right? So it's either PNP or JLP. That we are doing right. So we are analyze the two party them, and election will come up, and that's what we are talking about.
No, but what I was saying with that is it doesn't matter if it's PNP or JLP, right?
No. Me I work on my party for going up power, then we can talk about that. Yeah, because all along nobody never talk about that, and now all of a sudden when it come down to election, people want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that now. When we really want to talk about issues like these, nobody was speaking. And you was not a part of the executive body of the party. So this is a PNP platform where we educate people about the People's National Party and so forth. It's good to have policies where we don't want to put in place, yeah, but I think right now we have a very serious issue at hand where it comes down to the Prime Minister is not an eligible candidate to be running the country. Yeah, that's how we would deal right now.
Him not ready feet. Him not ready feet, Andre, for real. Him not ready feet, Andre.
Say that again, sorry?
You said him, the Prime Minister not ready for country. I can tell you something, Andre. Me a Labour right, you know. Me never vote for Pnp yet, you know. Labour right, me vote for Labour right. But me I open wide and say a mistake we make. Mistake we make. We need know better. And we young, as a young youth, and what we see, we don't like what we see through we parents, don't like it, so we don't like what we see. So we try our best to fight it. And so we fight it now and we step back as a man and look, we see now, we say, hey, I wrong thing, we win the fight. And we admit to say we win the fight, the wrong thing. That's the reason why majority of old people, them are Pnp, because they know say Liberate Party no good. And we never look into that.
All right.
We never
most young people vote for them in a 2016 cause Andrew Young, you know. And that's how the man use, you know, and him continue to try use the same strategy there to keep them in a power and try to brainwash them about certain little things. Wherein you understand what Andrea is saying, you know. But you see, when the understand is that there can be a lot more be done, because me feel the effects of Portia Simpson Miller thing. Because when me did a look work underneath Labour Right time in 2007, 2008, as a matter of fact, as a youth I come up, when I left school, brother, you left school and you can just get all of us in. A man see and say, yo, dog, yo, forward, more you do this to me and you get a work. You see when Bruce took over, not a ras people, yo, my walk, so my foot them one drop off. And even when Portia come in, the amount of program where there, the place just free up back.
You know what I mean look and see. What I mean know say the party here, what I should know say the party is a good party. And this a party, only party must go up on the street and mash up the people them stalling.
Yeah, true.
And this a party alone must go up on the street, Desmond name. And them alone must go and mash up the people them stall and push on the people them sitting. Like poor people have nothing.
But let me tell you, it's a PNP though. PNP have a way where you pay money so them go around and collect from you for sell there. So just make you pay the tax to do your business.
And sometime in a PNP, a weeks one man no pay because they realize say not to go and film, so they allow him still.
That's true. In a Labour Right time, you see the police them mash up more stars, more
people them
more people are gonna piss up and some little jobs that them are doing. You're right about that. In a PNP time, remember when times have a woman across, so she just walk around the damn book and collect from everybody. No police, not trouble nobody, you just pay. You pay a fee and you get your receipt for sure. Say yeah, you pay.
We tell us that party and most of the people them things, Andre. You have to look and watch your TV now, Andre. You have to watch your TV now.
I true my talk.
So me try to tell us that you must understand as a youth, anything when you see your grandparents not in, you must always be skeptic of it.
But him say like market economics. Him say like
market economics. Okay, so I'll show you my mindset, right?
No, but did you know that Jamaica in underneath Portia administration was ranked 64 out of 100 and odd countries for the business, you know? You know how much of them now?
I think at 80, come in, do a little check on me here, you said.
Oh, 80 with them now. The last time we see it about 70 odd. We drop. And a Portia time with a 64. Go check that.
And one more thing, remember in a
Portia. But the things that contribute to these things is political, how stable the country is politically, what is the crime and violence level, and all of those things, right? Jamaica, at the end of this year, if it keep on the trajectory, it will be at investment grade, right?
Yeah, but the
And
problem is
business
that is when I
confidence
try to
is
show you.
is stated to be
No,
in
well, on, man,
Jamaica.
you keep on. You see, that is why I'm tell you, say, you're not backing for Jamaica none at all. Because even when you say you're all about macroeconomics, I'm sure it's a portion do better at macroeconomics. Here where I say, oh, it's going to probably get better now. You're not even gonna look and say, well, John, that do go on for true. Me tell you, say, every day, Andre, you prove yourself not to be a Jamaican, independent thinker. Even though you tell me, say, you lean a little bit, but it's not a little bit, you lean a lot.
A lot, man.
To the
You don't
JLP.
lean
But
completely
you lean
over
a
there.
little bit. When you lean a little bit, you see like other man I just talk, I'm tell you, say, I'm a labor, right? Me know him might still like the party, but him just know, say, right now, a foolish a go on. But you lean go way over. That no matter where you're here, you have to try to find something for try to counteract if it's well then. Or at this cause it and that cause it. You are basically speaking for the Jamaica Labour Party and you have me like me now go tell you say, yo, you have me with question signs. I wonder if you are even honest enough to tell us the truth or to speak the truth. Because if me highlight information like that to you, the first thing would drop out your mouth is that, oh, wow, true? Never know that.
Immediately him try to explain it away.
Immediately him try to find an explanation. Immediately.
The other macroeconomic.
It could even give the woman a props and say, wow, that is very good that the People's National Party will have a social plan actually develop the macroeconomics. A base part where him says like a capitalism alone can do that. And
No.
him say a social party do that.
You know,
Better
but
than
I have
even
never,
the capital.
I have never ever speak against Porsche. I have never done that. And
No,
also,
when
I
listen,
said
listen,
this
it's not about
party
speak
continue.
against. But when somebody says something where you can go look and see your true, you can't say yes, this is something good. You totally ignored it. You understand?
Andre, mind make up, man.
You just come up with an argument that business confidence is going up. Yet still, Yadi, let's still the report at the end of the year suggests that in Christmas there was less money in circulation in comparison to 2023. Also, the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce said sales dropped by 10% in the peak season. You understand? In an economy where declined by 3.5 in the third quarter. To date, we don't know what the decline rate is for the fourth quarter. Enough people believe that we are in a recession. So how we use our business confidence up when businesses make less money than what they make 2023 and less money was in circulation by the Bank of Jamaica.
But that's contributing to Jamaican shopping online.
Andre, let me show you something. Let me show you something why we must look in a consideration to know that if the country do good or the people do bad. You realize that we have a spike in how much tourism worker are free sabotage the work. You know about that, Andre?
What, the protest?
The protest, yes.
That's actually not a bad thing. That is the people learning how to collectively bargain. You don't do it by your, you don't do it alone.
That to show you that majority tourism have the majority of employment in our country, and if the tourism workers they protest, that means the majority of people them now get enough money.
Yes, but that's the unions not support and the fellow Jamaicans who are on those boards.
Andre, no unions, a government academy, and them have to make, and them no nice. I tell them have no union.
No union on them. When basically I try to say the government should have put forth, because that's what I tell them, say you have a little country, and the only country I go about Antigua, you know what say them labor laws trick over there, so you can't ramp with them people, you know.
Turks and Caicos as well.
You can't ramp with them people workforce, brother. You can't come to them people. The man them have a fixed penalty, 50,000 EC. If you employ somebody and not pay them we call it social security and them thing there. If them ever find out and go report you, 50,000 EC. And 50,000 EC in a Jamaica about million odd.
And I agree, that's a good policy that should be in.
$2 million.
So I am saying, Andre, we have majority of people them not satisfied with the minimum wage. You know, see?
Yeah, and the labor force now about the people.
No, you know, but every minute the tourist minister that hotel them the have conference right round and benefit his people.
A question, what more have to know? After these hotels who have come, investors who are investing in a hotel, America them come from, right?
No, most of them are Spanish.
Or most of them are Spanish?
Just Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Mexicans also, Mexicans. But some of them are based in America.
A very few, like a long time one them are American, like Hilton and stuff. But majority of the new hotels them is a Spanish-based hotel.
You know, a serious government would have put in policies like, watch here, X amount of management staff have to be Jamaican.
And look
X amount of the...
this now. Look at this now. Well, I know the government initiate a deal to remove redundancy. How is that defending your people?
All them crap. You can't sell out your people. Them.